Yeah, dude. So I'm a part of like a bunch of Laker groups on social media and shit. And I was watching last game, when we didn't fare so well.
Yeah.
And they were all talking, like, not all. I mean, there were some people talking some shit about LeBron and AD, and I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm like, ooh, I was getting pissed. I know we're gonna have a basketball segment and all that shit, but like, because the game's getting ready to go on, and I love the way you drift right now, that and that purple and gold, let's go.
Hey, and ironically, this Globo Gym T-shirt from Heart or what is it? Dodgeball.
Yeah, yeah,
Nick and
yeah.
I wore these last year for our back-to-back Beer Olympics championship, which today Beer Olympics had well, not the third annual. I didn't get to go just because of the way my vacation broke down. But
The way your
I don't
checking
know if
account
they
works
actually.
out,
Well,
checking the savings.
I reached out to Nick and I was like, "Hey man, how'd Beer Olympics go?" And I didn't get a text back. So I think super successful due to that reason, but who knows?
Word.
So I just realized that. I thought that was kind of funny. This says
That's a
champion. This
nice
says
little nod.
championship sweat and blood.
There you go.
No
Sweat
tears.
and beer.
No tears because yeah, sweat and beer more like it.
Um, but yeah, they were dogging them out, and I was just like, how about our bench or the rest of the team? Danny Green, who they were dogging the fuck out, everybody's dogging Danny Green out, and I was just like, he's our third leading scorer of this fucking game right now.
Did
Let's pay attention to the fucking game, people.
hey
I was getting pissed.
are we introing or anything? Or are we just
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
right
I'm
out
sorry.
the
I'm
gate
sorry. Yeah,
NBA?
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry.
No, we're
We'll
good.
come back to the
I
NBA.
was just like you're
I
getting me
was
all hyped
just
up, and I'm just like, where are we? What
Well,
did
I
I
just saw
miss?
Kuz, and no, I just saw Kuz and like how he didn't perform last game, and it just kind of came out of me.
CB said, let me just get one more real quick before we
Yeah,
start.
yeah.
And here we are, fucking 2 seconds in, already talking
I know,
NBA.
right? All right, hey, you ready? I'm ready. Get that giggle. All right, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Pro Fishing Fans. My name is CB, and with me is
Lakers by 14 tonight, game 2, Clay Haggard.
I got him by I'm gonna say 21.
I just don't see LeBron
I
getting
got
smacked.
21, and
He
I know
doesn't.
that's a
Yeah,
bold statement,
21.
but yeah, well, they don't play D.
If they freaking shoot the ball and play defense.
No, I'm talking about Houston doesn't play D.
No, yeah, but like
Although
LA's
I will
defense
give
was
credit to James
suspect.
Harden. I was gonna say I will give credit to James Harden because he's been D'ing his fucking ass off this whole fucking playoffs.
Yes, yeah.
I don't want to dog him like
I'm
that, but I
referring to
mean,
Lakers. I was disappointed
yeah,
more and more
yeah.
with Lakers defense again. They once again
I
for this
wasn't. The offense was awful, man.
the offense was awful.
What you sipping?
So I'm about done with Blade and Bow, but I got a delicious brand new something something on deck, but I'm not going to get to it tonight. It'll probably
That's
end up
what's
getting
up.
busted out for episode 100.
I
That's my guess.
I didn't realize I was I didn't realize that I needed to buy a brand new bottle, like a brand. I got some bottom of some bottles. I was like, ah. Well, then I was like, you know what? Lakers are playing today. And I figured I would, and I still had this left over for when me and Tara did our date night for listening to Elton John. So I grabbed we had a little bit of this Johnny Walker here, that
There you go.
little 12-year. We're gonna get real serious. We're growing up on this game tonight. How's the week, man?
Well, it
Let's
was the
check
last
in.
week for vacation, so obviously we topped off, or I had my any given Sunday fantasy draft. We had the balls deep draft Tuesday, so we got that, and
Yeah,
then rest of my week, man, was busting out paper 3 for this class.
that's what's up.
I think after this, I think I got a presentation due in like two weeks, and then this class is finalized.
Nice.
Finio show.
There you go.
Just gonna assume that's finished.
In whatever language you decide to make it as.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
I'm excited for that. Just get some of those knocked off, and
Nice.
then obviously like this coming week is about to be the dopest dope.
Yeah,
So,
nice little
but yeah, man,
Sunday.
how was your week?
Yeah,
Eventful. Sounds
it
like
was.
you were back in the store today.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I guess when I found out at fucking
Yesterday.
nighttime, night time, I was like, I showed up and I kind of let them know, yo, I don't appreciate the fact that like you gonna let me know I'm supposed to be working tomorrow
Yeah.
at like I was disappointed, and I mean like, I was a few beers deep and a couple
Going into work,
couple
right?
shots of no, yeah, right, yeah. A couple of shots deep of tequila, and I found I was just like, were having a conversation and nobody could come up with the answer. So I went to go get the Google, and that's when I saw it, and I go, motherfucker. I was like, well, that just took down my whole night. I had to stop
Yeah, no
sipping,
kidding.
so
That's a bummer.
um yeah, so anyways, I moved on after I let everybody know that I was not pleased with the way
Sure.
um it was handled, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Move on. Like I'm like a duck, man. I'll let that shit fucking fall off,
Just keep it stepping.
but anyways, no, great week, man. Nothing exciting happened I can think of.
Yeah.
The draft. I mean, having the other leagues draft on Sunday, which we got to speak about, and then knowing that Tuesday we were going to run it back and get another one. And I do enjoy drafting against you. It's fun. Um, when we were drafted, I'm like watching the draft. I was like, dude, I'm like, nobody's got really a good team. Like, I'm sitting there like nobody's team stood out to me as we were drafting.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chad called me up right after the draft, and I was telling the same thing. And then I sat there, I started looking, and that's right. I hit you up right afterwards, and I was actually quite impressed with your team having that 8 spot. And I know that I took who was best for as it was coming through, but like the people that fell to you, I mean, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I mean, that was your back to back.
Yeah.
There,
I tell you what, that Josh Jacobs pick, I questioned that quite a bit. I took almost all 2 minutes for that second pick.
Well,
because I could have reached for Chubb.
I'm not. I'm not.
Miles Sanders. I could have.
I'm not trying to give you no Western hand grip or anything on your fucking draft, but like I was like, oh, you know what? Like
okay.
I'll even take that
one.
one.
You can roster bait to someone else's team. That's
no, like so I guess like kind of coming into this, when you were drafting, like let's go through your draft here because Clay had the 8th pick in an 8-man league, and it was a snake draft.
Wait, why was I 8?
Because he was the champion.
Oh shit.
And so the way we run this league
asshole.
is like, yeah,
sorry,
I move on. I move on.
hey, the season's underway, buddy. I could start 0-1 and be a whole new ball game this year.
I know. But yeah, so like but anyways, what I was saying was the way we do the draft is, basically we just do it like the NFL for the most part, where it's, whoever was last gets first pick and so on and so forth. Kind of what was your thought when you kind of got into these picks here? I mean,
so I don't have the draft pulled up, but I do have my roster, and I think I know for the most part how that worked out.
I got the board right here, so I mean, you started out with Derrick Henry.
Yeah, so I don't remember who went before him. I thought
McCaffrey, Barkley. This is how the first.
Hang on. How can I pull up the draft board?
I just I don't know. Let's see if I can just send it to you, man.
Because I kind of like I want to see this because it'll give you where my head was. You know what I mean? You're kind of asking how I got what I got, but I don't remember how they all.
No, I feel.
Oh, right here, your results.
You got it.
Got
it. All right, cool.
All right. So let's.
I'm just trying to get in your head as far as how you drafted this.
So I thought being at the 8th spot, I thought 100% that I was going to end up with Dalvin Cook. I thought for sure Dalvin would have fell to 8, and I was thinking I was going to have something around Michael Thomas, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Josh Jacobs, or Joe Mixon. Like those 4 guys, I was like, I think I'm going to get them on the turnaround. Justin took Michael Thomas at 4, which I was like, oh shit. I'm not mad with it. I'll be honest with you.
That's a good pick, man.
I mean, dude, I had him last year.
Yeah.
And we see how that went. Like he touches the ball so much. So yeah, Derrick Henry fell to me. I was super happy with that. I personally, I don't think he's going to surpass what he did last year. Like I think last year was an excellent season for him. Can he repeat and get close? I think so, but I don't see him blowing that out of the water personally.
Certainly.
Especially with their young receivers that are still, which we'll get to in a little bit here actually, that are still developing. And then the Josh Jacobs pick, that one was iffy for me. I'm not huge on Las Vegas. Las Vegas Raiders, how weird.
That sounds weird, right?
Yeah. And you already know who I probably wanted here, and that was Joe Mixon. Like I thought about reaching for Joe Mixon. You knew how much I wanted him in the keeper league. You took him from me. And then
I did.
yeah, I know. And then so I had the option to take him here, but I'll be honest with you. There's one reason I went for Josh Jacobs. One, he's still going to get his touches. Like those will
Yeah,
be
he's
there.
gonna get a lot of touches.
Yeah. And the other thing is I feel like for Josh Jacobs to flash what he had his rookie year, I only see him getting better this year.
Right.
I see Carr getting better. There's other rookies in the receiving corps, so those may be questionable, and they may have to rely on Josh Jacobs to run the ball
A
even
lot
more than
more
he did
than
last year because of that, especially with Tyrell Williams being out for the season. Now you got Henry Ruggs, Hunter Renfrow, and then there is, I think, another rookie. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like there's not Darren Waller is your vet.
Yeah.
So my point being is I think he'll get a lot of touches. So yeah, you had a great pick. Obviously getting Joe Mixon coming back. You got Kamara in the first round, which
Dude, that was my number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, I know.
The last league too. So.
I know he's not signed yet, but I think the Saints get that done. Like, especially with Rosado's like input on it. Like, obviously, like he reads.
I felt more
he's probably the one person who reads more about football than me.
I was gonna say, like, when this whole week, he's we had a couple days where Kamara's name came up and Rosado was in that conversation, and I was like, the more that he was like, was getting done, the more I was just like, I had those are solid picks right there, I mean,
agreed.
For me. And I'm
so yeah, and then here's the tough part with the 8th pick, is I take Josh Jacobs at 2.1, so second round, first pick, and it's got to snake all the way back around. So I have to wait 12 people off the board before it comes back to me. And I wasn't too
Solid
shocked.
Pick, though.
I wasn't shocked at Lamar Jackson. I knew he was coming off early.
Yeah.
I was a little shocked by CB Watkins taking Pat Mahomes the very next pick.
Yeah.
Now, in comparison to what was out there for value and what you already had, I don't think you made the bad pick.
No.
Hopkins and Godwin would have been the only two that you could have competed with that. And in my opinion, I think, and Mike Evans, a Kenny Galladay, Amari Cooper, they have the ability to put up relatively close to the numbers I think those guys are going to put up. So going Pat Mahomes wasn't a bad pick by any means, but I wasn't expecting it. I will say that I was a little shocked at the Dak Prescott pick by Tara there. I thought that was a bit of a reach, but her loss is my gain, and I therefore took DeAndre Hopkins at 3.8, which I thought was a steal. And then on the turnaround,
that's when I realized when I saw like the Derrick Henry, then DeAndre Hopkins, and then on the turnaround, like here's the thing: I liked your first pick, second pick was a little questionable. Well, the second one was questionable, but then I with the DeAndre Hopkins. And then the next two, George Kittle. I was like, ugh. Like, that's a lot of points.
I was happy with that.
Yeah.
I almost went for Jonathan Taylor. He was the only person I was contemplating other than Kittle.
Yeah.
Was Jonathan Taylor, but Kittle is just too good. He's he's pretty much guaranteed top 3 tight end. Jonathan Taylor technically is unproven. And you can't take a question mark on a rookie over guaranteed number 1. So we'll see how that goes. And obviously, you picked up Jonathan Taylor, ironically. So there's our heads again. And then on the swing back, you took Amari Cooper, who was one of the 3 receivers I said had potential to put up points in the 3rd round for receivers. But I ended up getting Hopkins, which obviously is more talent. The Odell Beckham pick at 6'8" or a 5'8".
Not mad at that, man.
I didn't know who to take here.
Him or
I took all 2 minutes on this pick. I took all 2 minutes on my 6th round pick.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know who the hell I wanted, man. Mark Ingram was out there. DK Metcalf was out there. Kupp was out there. Keenan Allen was out there. Russell Wilson was out there. I almost took Russ. But I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to stack up on receivers because I always tell myself to wait on quarterbacks. They're going to be there.
Yeah.
They're too deep this year, dude. So I took Odell Beckham. That was a little bit of a question. And then I also took A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown's going to be awesome this year. Apparently Tannehill, everyone decides they want to play ball once they leave Miami. So Tannehill went to Tennessee, and like that was like watching him play in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's not just, oh, well, he had better players around him. No, he looked better. That's
Right.
why, if you
I,
recall, I was super upset
yeah.
because I was like, I had never seen that out of this guy. Where is this coming from? I need an explanation
You get a
because he
good front
started doing
office in front of you, you play
I
your ass
guess.
off.
I guess. So, but anyways, I think AJ Brown's going to be awesome, man. And plus, I told myself, like the Mark Ingram, Devin Singletary, Cam Akers, I was just like, you know what? I go, I'm going to sit, and I'm going to sit on either Melvin Gordon, Raheem Mostert. Those were the two I wanted, or DeAndre Swift. Those were I was like, I like all of those guys. So I'm just gonna sit on Mark Ingram. I'm gonna take another receiver, get my solid 3, and be done. Because I
Yeah,
knew I was most likely gonna get Devontae Parker again. By the way, I have him in all 4 of my leagues.
that's nice.
Yeah. So on the comeback, of course, you took DK. You got him in the other league. You got him in Balls Deep League. I think that's a guy that you're just gonna be sticking with for a while.
Well, I mean,
Um,
if he produces, you know what I mean.
yeah.
Like I have no problem dropping him in the keeper league if he doesn't produce, you know. So
So I did want to ask you on this one. This one surprised me a little bit, mostly because I thought you were going to take Ty, or Tyler Lockett for sure. What was up with DJ Chark? Are you that confident in Minshew and Chark in that
um,
connection?
I looked at the fact that it's still he's the number one receiver and he's gonna get his touches because he is the number one. I'll be honest, that's the reason why. I didn't take TK because oh shit, I did miss that. I
Or are you just
I,
now realizing you missed T.Y. Hilton?
I might have just now realized that, but I gave a lot of thought to the Jacksonville thing though. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So what about the guys that went before? Was there somebody after DK that you were eyeing coming around? Because you had 8 guys before the turn of the
Oh,
snake
after
back to
let's
round
see
7.
here.
So after D, you
Mm,
had Cup, Singletary. I
no,
mean, Keenan Allen would have been money.
he would have been great, but I mean, like, I
Calvin
didn't
Ridley
expect
would have
him to
been
make
money.
it. I thought maybe Gronk would have made it back down.
Hmm.
He did go. You know, I thought I was going to be looking at a tight end right there.
Yeah.
To be very honest with you, because I was like, yo, I feel comfortable with 2 receivers. I can plug and play a receiver throughout
Yeah.
in my flex position all year. So I was like, let me if he's there, Tom Brady loves to throw to him, and he had a nice year off of resting. That his bodies should be comfortable. So I was looking to get Gronk. That was about him and Keenan Allen are about the only two. Well, and then I just now realized that I did miss Ty, and if I might have realized that, maybe I would have switched it. But
Yeah.
I'll be very honest with you. I feel very comfortable with the chart, just because of the situation. Well, I mean, we went
Yeah.
over this last week. I mean, it's a great situation for him to see a ball a lot as
Yep.
long as he breaks away.
Hey, I
And
had him. I had him last year in Balls Deep League.
so
Like, not the whole season, but once again, that was a waiver wire pick I had, man, and he put up some points. I mean, he's a big. I wouldn't say he's boomer bust because he's still gonna get 5,
yeah,
6, 7 looks a game, but there is the potential of him throwing out 6 points.
yeah,
So you do got to rely on that Jacksonville offense, and now losing Fournette, that's gonna put a lot more pressure. But when teams are down, what do? They got to throw the ball more.
chuck that bitch.
So exactly, and got nothing to lose, no expectation. So no, a solid number. I mean, that's a number 1 in Jacksonville. You can't be mad
Yeah,
with that ever. Um, Tara taking Justin Tucker at 7. Good job, Tara. Um, yeah,
yeah. I asked her, I'm like, yo, what made you? She's like, needed one.
that's true. She was in the championship last
Yeah,
year.
I was just like,
You know what
that's
I
the thing.
mean? Like
I
that's
don't,
the
I
thing.
don't.
Shit.
She's had a system, and I mean, like the first couple years that you had joined and she was playing, I mean, she had some bad runs. Like even like I remember Haley would hit me. I'm gonna go, yo, what's going on, dude? Because she was actually when we first started this league, she was competitive, and then all of a sudden, she got the fucking chili peppers,
Yeah.
and just kept shanking, man, every year.
Chad was drafted number 2, right? And then
Yeah,
Lance was number 1.
yeah,
Okay. So now I'll be honest, 7.8 for me, 7.8. Melvin Gordon. I was actually headhunting him after Singletary was in my queue. Well, Ingram was, but I knew he wouldn't make it.
right.
But I had Singletary and Akers in my queue. Both of them got taken. But I
Mm-hmm.
was still comfortable taking Melvin Gordon at 7.8 because if he does end up coming back like he used to play, I think I just got a steal at a 7th round.
Oh,
Like,
it's a great
yeah.
fucking pick.
So I'm comfortable with it. He's number one. I mean, you got Philip Lindsay's behind him in Denver, but Drew Lock's once again, second year QB. He's got a shit ton of young rookie receivers. He's got 2 of them.
Yeah.
T Higgins and or no, T Higgins is with no, he's with Denver, right? I'm
Um.
pretty sure he is. T
Yeah.
Higgins and Jerry Jeudy. He's either with Denver or he's with Cincinnati, but I don't think Cincinnati drafted T Higgins. So,
No, I don't think so either.
but yeah, and then I was kind of curious what you thought on this one. So I had Deshaun Watson in 2 of my leagues. So instead of going Deshaun Watson here, I turn around and I take
That
Kyler
surprised
Murray.
me. That surprised me.
Yeah. What
It
would
did.
being
I
a
mean, but here's the
quarterback
thing: is
or
the
being
rest of
Kyler?
say that again.
Being that I took the quarterback there, or being that I took Kyler
Took
Murray?
took Kyler.
Okay. So
Yeah.
every source, for some reason, has Kyler out projecting Deshaun Watson this year,
Yeah.
and I think it's because of his legs.
Probably.
And
Probably.
he has DeAndre Hopkins, who I also have on my team.
Yeah.
So if the Cardinals have a decent game, I'm gonna fucking probably win my game.
Yeah. No, and I mean, like, I think it wasn't. I guess just because I was, I don't know. I guess I wasn't thinking of Kyler Murray. That's all.
Sure.
That's. I think that's a big surprise for me there. Not even that was
Hey,
Kyler over Deshaun.
out of
It was
all of my game, out of all my leagues, I think that's one of the earliest draft picks I have on a quarterback this year.
right.
So, and once again, Deshaun in 2 leagues, just like I chose not to take Joe Mixon. I told myself I wanted to switch it up and go with a little bit of a different roster
Yeah.
for your, which is kind of shitty. I kind of wish your league would have been Monday and my online draft would have been Tuesday, because like out of all the like leagues, like of course I care least about that one just because these two are extremely. I mean, that one's competitive too, but I got a lot of buddies, that
Right.
don't necessarily per se follow football closely.
Gotcha.
They do it for fun, and that's cool. I got no beef with that at all. But I mean, I'm a competitor, so of course I'm gonna want,
Right.
you know what I mean, like a more competitive league. But so yeah, man, I took Kyler. Who knows? Could be one of those things, come
It's not a
end of
bad. It's
season.
not a terrible pick. It was just a surprising pick. That's
Sure.
the way I see it. So
Yeah. See, and everyone after him, like, I mean, I guess unless you're looking at Deshaun Watson, I'm like there's nothing I needed at that point in time
right.
where I can say Kyler was a reach. I
Nah,
guess
I'm
that's
not,
how I look at it, because
yeah.
Kyler and Deshaun, I mean, I think those two are the big, like, high ceiling players. I think
Yeah.
Matt Ryan will throw the ball a lot. Aaron Rodgers will throw the ball a lot. Drew Brees will throw the ball a lot. But, like, I'm hoping Kyler gives me those leg points. I mean, just like Lamar, just like Pat, just like Russ. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If you notice, like, all of the top receiver or quarterbacks that get drafted are because they got legs. So hopefully
Yep.
Kyler does it for me. We'll see.
Oh, I mean, like, as you can see, like, I got a little faith in Deshaun and the fact that he's a mover and can throw the ball, because I went with Darren Waller. Oh, that's Las Vegas. I'm sorry. I think I'm just trusting the fact that Waller's gonna is gonna be one of the better shots for Carr as he's chucking the ball as he's getting tackled.
Hey, guess who I had last year?
Waller.
You know I had that Darren Waller in the most deep league. So you
know what?
basically just took.
I
Did
was
you
gonna
just
say,
look
you
at
know
my
what's
roster? Did you just look at my roster and go yoink? Because I had Kamara, I had
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes, I had I might have had Amari Cooper. We'll have to check
No,
that.
I had Amari Cooper, I think.
Did you? Okay,
But
I had him in a different
with
league.
3
then.
leagues,
I had
maybe I had him in a different
I had
league.
Chart, I had Waller, I had Cooks. Pretty sure I had Cooks. I think that's all I had. But I might have had like 3 or 4, maybe 5 of these guys. Nothing
That's
wrong with
fucking
that.
funny.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. I mean, obviously you're drafting smart as fuck. That's the way I look at that. You didn't even realize it, and I'm your low-key oracle.
Oh, see, yeah, that looks crazy. I was disappointed. I thought when you took DeAndre Swift, though, I thought I was gonna get him.
Nah, I couldn't believe he fell to me.
I thought I was like, I really think I'm gonna get him.
So first of all, you know who I wanted there? Leonard Fournette. I was like, Leonard Fournette in the 9th round, 8th pick. I go, that is a steal.
You know what?
That
What's
is
crazy?
a steal.
Like, and we'll probably speak more on that, but that Leonard Fournette draft pick just for Justin just went up extra net. You know, it went up so much. I can't even say the word. Thank you.
No, I think him and we were on the phone the other day, and I think we mentioned the draft. And I told him, I was like, dude, I wanted Leonard Fournette. I told him, good job on securing Lamar Jackson, third round, 4th pick. I mean, like, that's just
so mad. I was so mad.
I know. First of all, I can't believe he went there. Like, he could have been in front of Chubb, could have been in front of Julio, Kenyon Drake, especially Austin Eckler, Travis Kelce. He could have been 2.7.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been 2.6. So, anyways, yeah, that was a super great pick. And then he came back and hit Ertz. I'm gonna say he followed my Kittle pick. And actually he admitted to me that he took Ertz because I talked about him at the other league draft, and I was like, dude, Ertz. I go, that's what a beast that low in the draft. So once again, he peeped a champion and went ahead and snatched him up. I don't blame him. I think he got a good pick in Allen Robinson. It gives him a bear that he gets to root for. Everybody's hating on the Bears because they're the Bears, and Trubisky is absolute garbage. But dude, he put up almost 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
And that was with Trubisky. If Trubisky does suck balls, they're going to put in Nick Foles. And as bad as Nick Foles flopped in Jacksonville, let's not forget he got hurt. Yeah. Like, he was hurt too. So, like, Nick Foles can still win games. That has been proven. Plus, he's got a little bit of Spartan blood in him before he decided to betray us. Right. So there's always that little bit. He's got a little bit of that champion vibe. A little bit. Oh, and he won a Super Bowl, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
but anyways, we'll blow through this. Of course, I got Devontae Parker, Jarvis Landry, the Pittsburgh defense, who I wanted, Drew Brees in the 13th round as my backup, Henry Ruggs, the new number 1 in Las Vegas, and then I got Boswell as my kicker, Mr. Irrelevant.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, then I after the Darren Waller pick, I grabbed Matt Breida. Is that how you say his last name?
Go Fins.
And Brandon Cooks. Then I jumped on the defensive bandwagon and I grabbed the Niners.
Oh, side note, I could not believe Ravens got taken. I was like, oh, shit. Right after I took Jarvis Landry. And I go, I'm not going to get fucking San Fran or Pittsburgh. I go, I'm going to have to fucking settle on. And I was going to go with the Saints. Everyone, dude, by the way, Saints defense didn't get drafted, I don't think, in your league. Somebody took the fucking Bears. Who is this? Haley, I think?
Yeah.
Haley, if you're listening, shame on you. You go to the waiver wire, drop the Bears, and honestly, you need to fucking pick up either the Colts or you need to pick up the Saints.
Yeah.
Both of those defenses are going to beat out the Chicago Bears defense by like 60 points.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm normally I get it. He ended at 3rd place, but I mean, he's one of those other guys that are always competitive. I mean,
for sure. I'm just saying, I'm trying to help your brother out here. Like,
but here's the thing. Like, he also he'll never have the same defense on his team by the end of the year.
So why start with a shit one?
Because he's just like, fuck it, I'll just grab it.
The first 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. When's their bye week? Week 11. You're gonna be 0-10. And then the playoffs are going to be 4 weeks around the corner.
I don't think
and you're going to be like, fuck, I should have.
No, he plays defenses. He'll just, whoever, like, if he sees the defense on the waiver wire.
My question is, why draft a shittier defense?
I don't know. Who knows?
Like,
I'm not trying to step into his mind.
That's like, let's use a decent option. That's like.
I get what you're saying now. I did at first. I was just like, yo, I'm like, it does to me. I was like, it's just because I know how he thinks. He's just like, oh, you know what? Like, who's their first game against?
I don't fucking know.
He might have even looked at who their first game was against.
Unless it's the Jaguars or the Bengals.
You never know.
If it's the Jags or Bengals, then I'm officially booting him off of our fan list. He's no longer following us. My new team name will be Fuck Haley.
Right. Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Actually, but yeah, Ryan, I got no ill will towards you, Ryan. I'm just hating on you. It's the Lions. He picked a great defense.
You know what? And I knew that too. Like I'm sitting there
You
talking
know
that
what's
shit,
funny
and
is
I
I
was
was
just
sitting
like,
here and I was like, I feel like it's the
but I didn't want to
Lions, but I
talk it into
wasn't sure.
existence. I didn't want to talk it into existence because I was
Yeah,
like, oh
because
man,
I thought the first game for like most teams in the league, week one
against
is
their rival.
no, I think it's a divisional game.
Oh right. Then I grabbed James Crowder.
Oh, except for the I guess Chiefs Texans. They're not in the same
Mm.
division. Yeah, Jamison Crowder. Sorry, go ahead.
And then Cam Newton. Um, and then Robbie Gold. So the Cam Newton one was just that one where I was just like, you know what?
I don't hate you for it.
If he goes fucking bananas,